average. But she wasn't finished. She came up with a 135 to follow that for a 251 total. In fact, that was better than her partner, Charlie Sloan-White, who did bowl well himself. It was just a few pins shy of that, but it was Peggy Glenn and Charlie Sloan-White knocking off Irma Cormier and Jim Kervin to move on to round number 2. And once again, a couple of teams lined up, good-looking teams today, and what'll happen, well, who knows.
Charlie did take a little bit of ribbing last week from the members of our audience who were vocal enough. Of course, being in the lead by 90 pins, he wasn't distracted at all in his bowling, and I think he actually enjoyed the ribbing. Why don't we meet our bowlers for this episode? They are Rita White from Bathurst, bowls at the Bowlerama with a 102 average. Rita's partner today is Gerald Cormier. We've seen Gerald before. Comes to us from Bucktouche, New Brunswick. Bowls at the Bucktouche Lanes with a 112 average. Opposing White and Cormier today, Barb Durling, a real Valley girl from Lawrencetown, Annapolis County, Nova Scotia. Bowls at the LMK Lanes with a 110 average. Barb's partner is Mike O'Farrell. Bowls at the Heather Lanes in New Glasgow with a 116 average. And we'll get right to the bowling in just a moment.
Turn up there, but got one off to the right-hand side to open. She's a pretty good-looking bowler, I got to tell you. 35 years of age. Whoops, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Been bowling only 8 years. Comes back strong there with a good-looking second ball. As you mentioned, Paul, she bowls out of the bowling, or at least Bathurst Bowlerama. Comes from Pickett Avenue up in Bathurst. She's married, one child, Angela Don, who's 11 years old. Through the hole there for Rita White. Rita, when she's not bowling, likes to walk, hike, and, of course, bowling. As she's into the exercise, she has a 102 average, 355 high triple, 145 high single. Rita White. Again, she gets out to the right-hand side. So
good action in the back row there.
Yeah, they just went like dominoes. She wants to come in and sink this one nice and thick there, or there will do. Right or left. Pretty full in the front end, but no, she gets out to the right-hand side. A couple of sixes to date. Trying to convert this one. All set. Now she cuts that ball in. Oh, picked out a pin. It's a tough-looking 7. Looks like she might have got more than that. So Rita sits down, gives away to Barb Durling. We've seen Barb before. Excellent bowler out of Lawrencetown, Annapolis County. Bowls out of the LMK Lanes down in Middleton. Tossing bowling balls down the hardwood for 12 years. She's a cashier at the Beaver Fruit Co-op in Lawrencetown. She's married with a couple of children. I guess they're not really children, 17 and 14. She likes to ski, swim, skate, and she also likes to throw the odd game of 5-pin down there in Bridgetown.
That's right. Been there before. In fact, we get mail.
Mail, I imagine.
Talking to some ladies down in Bridgetown who wrote me the other day about their 5-pin championship. Say hello to all of those folks down in Bridgetown. And very nice little facility there. Yeah, beautiful downtown.
Yep.
Beautiful homes.
Yep, absolutely.
One of those
motor inn down there.
Nova Scotia towns.
Anyway, this is where Barb Durling is from. Would have loved to have had that pin. Now, she's a good one. 110 is her average. She's had a 400. In fact, dead even at 400. And a 165 high single. She might want to come off this piece of wood here. Try to kick over and get on that piece of wood. Maybe a little higher. Right about there. If she can bring that ball over. Oh, yeah.
She did it. Nice.
Good shot.
Nice shot. Indeed. By Barb.
Sigh of relief there for Barb Durling.
Here comes Rita's partner, Gerald Cormier, who we've seen before here in
Yes, sir.
ATV.
Now, you see, we've got Rita White teamed up with Gerald Cormier. She hasn't been here. He has. Barb Durling has been here, but her partner hasn't. So we've got one on each team that have performed before. Gerald, good hit there, and a nice 9-pin drop. Comes to us from Bucktouche, New Brunswick.
Rolls a little bit of duck pin there.
He does so.
Different types of bowling.
Absolutely. You'll see him lay that ball down real smooth. Duck pin style, he gets the spare. Gerald Cormier bowls to the Bucktouche Lanes. Only been bowling for 8 years. He's a salesman with Kent Candies, or, as it's known in Bucktouche, Kent Bonbons. Married to Yvette, 2 children, Tina 10 and Richard 14. This guy plays a little softball, too.
Good action there. Got the front pin to go, and that was a big help.
Gerald carries an average of 112, 448. That's an impressive high triple. He is also a member of that very elusive 200 club. He is tossed to 201.
3-4-8 split facing Gerald Cormier.
Yeah. Got to get that wood on the right-hand side in motion.
And he got the 8 to go.
Not a bad try. Not a bad try at all. Gerald Cormier, as we watch him work. Gets his 10, so a good opening for Gerald Cormier. Spare with 7 on it, and the 10. Now, last but certainly not least, you're watching Mike O'Farrell from New Glasgow, Nova Scotia. Little oddity here, he comes from Stellarton Road in New Glasgow. New Glasgow, the next door neighbor to Stellarton itself. Bowls out of the Heather Lanes in New Glasgow. 32 years old, bowling for 15 years. Good hit there. He's a car dealer at O'Farrell Chevrolet. Little plug there for the O'Farrells up there in New Glasgow. And good news for the ladies is Mike is single. Keep those cards and letters coming in, folks. We'll just pass them on to Mike. He likes to golf. It looks like a golfer, doesn't he?
Sure does.
He has a great handicap.
Whoa, good shot there. Right on that front pin. Wood spinning around to the left of the plate, but it will roll off, leaving him a single pin. The 10 in the corner. An accuracy shot. Doesn't want to put it in the channel.
Bang, right on the pin. Good hit. Michael Farrow gets the 10, then the spare. Speaking of golf and handicaps, somebody told me just recently that in regards to golf, you have a handicap. Playing the game.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your handicap?
There's no problem.
I'm lousy at it. Oh, you want a number? Oh, sorry.
Well, we can give you a 3 wood, 9 iron. Those are my 2 biggest handicaps. Rita White, we're watching right now. She left the 4 horsemen. She tossed the first 2 down the right-hand side. Off to the left a touch, but a good hit for Rita there.
Nice play on the 4 horsemen.
Oh, yeah, that was just a great shot. Can't play that one any better than that. We watch it one more time. Watch how well this goes. Look at that, just
the
on
ball.
the inside of the 1. Perfect shot.
Takes the first 3 pins, throws the 6 onto the 10.
So, let's see what Rita can do with it. This is shaping up to be a pretty good contest.
She's cut it in that 1-3 pocket and leaves the diamond. So 6 on the mark.
Cut that ball in left to right.
29, 1 under is Rita White.
This is the tough one. It's a diamond shot because from above it looks exactly like a diamond. Look,
well, she got the 4 horsemen and gets half the diamond.
Yep. He was cutting that ball in, but just didn't break enough. Yeah, she looks real relaxed up there, Paul.
Sure does. Oh, gets those final 2 for a $10.
39 for Rita White after 4, just 1 under par after opening with a 6 and 7, so she comes back strong. And now we're going to watch Barb Durling. It's open on a spare here, as you see. Oh, that is just excellent ball. Good delivery. Everything right.
Strike on the spare.
Yeah, if you're going to teach how to play this game, you show the whole thing there.
1-3 pocket.
She just laid that ball down. Everything, her motion, the delivery, and of course the hit are all perfect. Striking the spare. All set to go. Talk about faces in the crowd. We've got with us today the defending champion in this series, or at least half, in Bonnie Logan. We'll show you Bonnie in a minute. In the crowd. Watch Barb Durling deal with this. This might not be all that bad if she can just pinch it right in about there.
Which she does, and
yes,
gets the 7 to go.
Little delay action. She's got it. As Gerald Cormier steps up, we take one more look at it. That wood has to kind of kick back off the kickback and take the 7.
On a tear, Barb Durling, and now Rita White's partner, Gerald Cormier, who opened with a mark, got 7 on it. Was at 27, 7 over. Cut that one across from right to left a little too far. Get over on the 4. Wants to come back and throw his strike ball at this. Oh, yeah. Good shot for Gerald Cormier.
picks up the spare. As we'll take one more look at this one. That's a nice looking ball. That's a strike ball.
7 pin standing.
Goes, 10, 9. Nice hit. So Gerald Cormier opens with a spare, 7 on it, 10 in the second, and now spare in the third here.
Wood coming back to take that 3. The 1 at the top. 3 in the back row.
He's got the 8 right here. In behind. Keep your eye on that one. Well, now he's got a piece of wood moving back to cover it. So this is not so bad. Might be over here he's going to have the problem. Here's the shot.
Wood came back. Ooh. It's going to roll forward and just roll by, I think, that 9 pin that's standing. Fall off the plate. Now this piece is coming back as well.
Should give him a little bit of coverage here and make his target just a little bit fatter.
He's not going to wait for it. Just fire away. Take out that pin for a 10.
A lot of bowlers have been told if the wood is just rolling back, it's not going to really affect the shot, and that one wasn't. It was only going to make it better, if anything, for Gerald. So he cranked up and fired and gets his 10. Now, Michael Farrow up now. Opened with a 10, then had a spare. He's had a 448. It's a nice triple. Look at the action.
Good late action coming back. Almost that 2 won't go. Wood coming back again.
Hard.
It's got the 2 this time. Do you believe it? Yes, it is. Gone.
Well, he also has more wood on the move, but I don't think it's going to affect the shot. As you watch Mike there, but
Nora Stephen up there in the crowd enjoying it today.
Taking it all in. Son Mike also taking it in. Goes to the other side, gets 9 on the first spare. Sets up another one. This is a good-looking bowler, this fella. Cranks and fires.
Ooh, right on that front
Solid
pin.
hit.
Wood coming
Needs
back.
that to turn. That could really...
The 3 moved it. That's all.
Yeah, the other piece of wood hadn't been there, he might have got a much better break. Now he's going to try to... Well, it's just... It'd be nice if he could angle it in here, for his sake, and put things over. He can do that. See, that was the problem. He had to get in on the nose of the wood. This one should turn for him. It does very nicely. Let's get up just a little high in that wood. Here's the shot. Got it. Good performance there by Michael Farrow. All 4 bowlers have bowling 4 frames. And pretty impressive opening. A lot of marks up on the board, in particular for Barb Durling. She opened with an 8, but then it was spare, strike, spare. But all bowlers are on the board with marks, and that's the key thing. They all look strong.
Of course, in our last episode, Peggy Glenn and Charlie Slonwhite, rather impressive victory by about 90 pins. But in the end, of course, we were making comparisons as to how Peggy and Charlie were playing against each other, and Charlie Slonwhite getting a lot of ribbing in the crowd as he lost by 6 pins to Peggy Glenn. We do have Barb Durling in the crowd today with us.
Bonnie Logan, the defending champion we talked about. There she is. Hey? Nice looking lady, and she's going to be with us later on in the series.
Barb Durling, of course, is bowling today. Sorry about the confusion. You're looking at the Waterford Crystal in front of us. We're a little daisy because of it. It's so bright. We're going to come back with more bowling right after these messages. Stay with us.
From the East Coast or the West Coast, from Toronto or Inuvik, we can fly you to more destinations in Canada than any other airline. We've created the most extensive network this country has ever seen. Together with our partners, we offer you over 900 well-timed departures every business day. Because we have a name to live up to.
I know what's coming next.
I soaked in it. Madge, I soaked in it. Madge, I soaked in it.
It's finally soaked in. Palmolive soft on hands. And now it's improved so those thick, long-lasting suds get even more dishes shiny and clean. Now everyone's going soft.
Madge, I soaked in it.
Original or lemon lime Palmolive soft on hands while you do dishes.
Hi, may I take your order, please? Big Mac, McDLT, a quarter pounder with cheese, filet of fish, a hamburger, a cheeseburger, McChicken, and McNuggets, tasty golden French fries, regular and larger sizes, salad, chef or garden, or chicken salad, oriental. And for breakfast, egg McMuffin, hot cakes with sausage, baby omelette, McMuffins, all 3 kinds of Danish hash browns, 2 and 4 dessert, hot apple pies and sundaes, 3 varieties, the saucer cone, 3 kinds of shakes and chocolate chip cookies, and a drink of Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, an orange drink, a Sprite and coffee, and hot chocolate, also apple, orange, and grapefruit juice. I love McDonald's, good and great taste, and I get this all at one place.
Now let me get this straight. You want a Big Mac, McDLT, a quarter pounder?
And we say hello to all the people in Bathurst, New Brunswick, watching our telecast on this Saturday afternoon, the Mark 10 Mixed Candlepin Championship. And we say hello to the people in Bathurst in particular because here's one of their neighbors, Rita White.
Rita, it's off to the left-hand side a little bit, but she has marked in the 3rd frame. She's at 39, just 1 under par. She's fishing out there a little bit, first right, first left. She's converted a couple that have looked very, very good. Shot is just off the front end for Rita. Does Rita work? Well, of course she does. She's a homemaker.
And that is work.
Yep.
I'm a homemaker, you know.
Yeah. Great.
About 1 or 2 hours a week.
you got fired as a problem. So Rita spends all her time looking after Angela Dawn when she's not walking and hiking and bowling. Now she's all set. Takes a look down. Fires. This time again. See, first ball last time she was well off to the left-hand side. This time well off to the right-hand side. We only say that to give you an indication she's struggling a little bit with that first ball. Trying to get it down the middle. And she got that
pin that time.
Yeah. Piece of wood out in front, which covers the one, but there's not a good angle on it. Can't get down too low. That's not a bad hit at all.
There you go.
Good shot. Played it perfect. Rita White looks good, getting 10 in the 6th, and gives way to Barb Durling. What a tear she's been on. She's at 58 right now after 4. She's 18 pins over par, and she's open on a spare. Boy, this lady really lays it down smooth. Off to the right-hand side, but got good action off the side. And count 6. She has some coverage in behind. And she might have a problem with the pin that's in behind, that being the 8. If there's a problem with this shot at all. Let's see what Barb can do with this. Whoa, there it is. Little fine in the front end. Good-looking 10 shot, though. Barb should get this and go to 74, 24 pins over par. First string, 6 frames down for Barb Durling. At least 5 frames down. Going in the 6th here. That's a good hit, but well, she might get some help from this wood. Now she needs this wood to come back and give her an angle. Gonna miss that pin. Well, maybe not bad at all of a sudden. Well, it's gonna roll away now. She really would have liked to have had that wood stay right about there where it was. Then she could lay it right in here. This piece of wood would have pinched that one over. Didn't happen, though.
Now you see me, now you don't kind of wood, and she's off into the channel.
Looks like she tried to get down low. She'll come back now and play this one in this area here. And play this one for a 9. She gets something to come across. Take the 4, it'll be a bonus. But she does take 9. So Barb Durling rolls along very nicely with a 10 and a 9. She goes to 83, 23 pins over par after 6 frames. She'll sit down and give way to Gerald Cormier. A couple of marks for Gerald. He's 12 over at 52. Gerald Cormier from Bucktooth, New Brunswick. Solid 5 pin. It'll nudge there with a piece of wood. It'll serve as a little backer if it stays around. Gerald's going to have a clean shot at the 5. Looking for his 3rd mark. His 6. at least in 5 frames. He is really studying this one. Boy, you can't get any more dead center than that. Gerald Cormier gets yet another mark. That's 3 in the first 5 frames. So he matches the total of Barb Durling. She has 3 marks. However, one of hers is a strike. Rita White has 1, and Michael Farrow has 2 in 4 frames. A lot of marks.
Right on that head pin, 5 not to go. So it's
important wood out here. Real important wood, and it's not going to do him any favors, I don't think. He has a piece of wood across the front here. That's one thing, but he has another one that's angled a little bit that way. He would have rather been angled the other way. You see, there's the problem. He was on the wood, but because of the bad angle, he just couldn't get much. Now, play the one with coverage. No, he went for the bundle. Try to get them both. And we'll have to settle for at 8. Still looks strong, though. 18 pins over, 78 after 6. Now let's go to Mike Farrow. He's 16 pins over. Seen some excellent shot making in the early going here. Mike O'Farrow from New Glasgow. Get off to the right-hand side. He's the hardest thrower of them all. We've got our gun on them. That being the speed gun. This is not a bad shot with that wood in behind, covering the 5 pin right here. This could go very quickly. Let's take a look at it. Oh, had to be on the front. Well,
hey, he's got him.
Coming back, gets it. Mike, little smile there. He said, I'll take that one. He got not too far off to the left-hand side. But we watch it again. Watch how far the ball is over. Gets on the 2. Not the one out in front. There's the 2. The wood takes out the 5 all right, but he's got the 2 and 3 left. Spinning wood comes back, takes the 3. 3 nudges the 1. He's got himself a very good-looking mark. So Mike O'Farrow gets his 3rd mark in 5 frames, goes to 66 and open. And on the mark.
Good hit there again in late
7.
action.
I'm going to say just before the mark that Mike got, he's throwing the hardest, but the speed gun clocking him at 61 clicks per hour. Gerald Cormier is at 54, Barb Durling at 40, and Rita White tossing the ball at about 38 clicks. See what Mike can do with this. Hey, he gave that a try. That was a very, very tough shot that he almost made. Single pin on the wood, on the pin. It's a 10 for Michael Farrow, goes to 83. He ties Barb Durling as they're both 23 pins over par.
For $11,589, you can bulk up a hard-body king cab with all these options. And we'll throw in this attractive carrying case for nothing. For $900 worth of options at no extra cost, see your nearest Nissan dealer now. The Nissan Sentra costs $1,000 less than a Honda Civic. And in terms of reliability, it has a much better health record. See your nearest Nissan dealer now.
How long does your breath stay fresh with Certs? Long enough to make 33 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Long enough to finally tie your first bow tie. Long enough to give Edward a good bath. Long enough to assemble your brand new stereo system. Or long enough to start something special. Great tasting Certs with Retsin for fresh breath that lasts a long, long time.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till you're gonna need somebody to lean on.
Chevy and GMC, the trucks more people lean on.
Great steaks like this have made me a Hogan's hero. I mean a Hoagie Steakhouse hero.
At Cindy's Barbecue and Fishery, they made a hero out of me for this lobster bayou.
At the Papagino, we don't have no hero. We have a great spaghetti, cannelloni, cacciatore, minestrone.
Thursdays at Cindy's Chicken and Ribs, only $9.95. And you receive a $10 gift certificate for Cindy's Papagenos or Hoagies. Try Hoagies, Cindy's, or Papagenos. We can make a hero out of you.
Your Saturday afternoon, wherever you are, I guess you'd be in your living room, unless your TV's in the kitchen, because you're hearing my voice, you're watching
Boy,
bowling.
I tell you, with the television sets they've come out today, the pocket size and all, you could be on the beach right now.
You can take them anywhere.
But you're right, we certainly hope you're enjoying this, the Mark 10 Mixed Candlepin Championship. We've got Rita White and Gerald Cormier against Barb Durling and Mike O'Farrell. We've got a real good one going. It's Rita White bowling here on the 7th frame, first string. And of course, the winner's moving on to the second round. Good shot there by Rita White. Picks up the spare in the 7th. And a big mark for her. That's her second. Boy, I tell you, this is not a real difficult shot, but it's one you've got to be perfect on. Right there. And look at that. You know, a piece of wood in behind made the shot. But Rita says, I'll take that. I knew the wood was there. She said, now watch what I'm going to do with it.
It's a mark.
Oh, good count of 7. Piece of wood coming back.
Wait a second. It'll roll in behind.
That was coming in a hurry. It's going to get one
Knock
more.
That 7.
Oh, that's a great setup, though. Just lays the ball in here. It should go very quickly with the other piece of wood in behind. Here's the shot. Oh, but you got over on the wood too far. It had to be in the pin out in front. That's a tough one for Rita, one she might want to think about, because she'd say, I'd like to have that one back.
Oh, dwat, she says.
2 pins there, 2 pins remain. It's an 8 box for Rita White, but she goes to 81. She is now over par as Barb Durling steps up. Boy, you talk about being over par. Look at this, 23 pins over. 8, spare, strike, spare, 10-9. That's the box scores to date for this lady, Barb Durling. Boy, we talked about it many, many weeks ago. We mentioned the Annapolis Valley, of course, Barb from Lawrencetown in the Valley. But I had the real pleasure of being in the Valley, and as you did, Paul, for the Apple Blossom Festival this year.
Oh, yes.
Boy, they put on just a great show down there.
Beautiful summer day. We yearn for them now.
And the night of the Queen Annapolisa contest.
I missed that.
Well, they have it on the radio station down there. And, boy, that's a real entertaining show. We talk about what's going on. It's a different kind of beauty pageant. It really is. It's something you have to be down there and experience and have a great time, do a great job. It's all part of the magic and mystique of the beautiful Annapolis Valley in Nova Scotia. Barb Durling. She has a real tough split here. Boy, that shot wouldn't turn you on, would it?
No, it's a tough one, all right.
She's probably going to try and split these 2.
Oh, it only takes 1.
Yeah. Now she'll come back to the other side, take the 2 pins, and try to come out of this with a 9. She gets those 2. There is the odd chance this piece of wood could come here and come back. No, not that way, Barb. Well, you've done real good today, Barb. Going to sit down with that 7 box, but you're still looking real strong at 99, 19 pins over par. And here comes Rita White's partner, Gerald Cormier. Cormier at 78, he's 18 over, and he punched through the middle.
Leaves that spread eagle. That's a real tough split. The 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 10. Going from side to side.
Oh. A little struggling up there. Three on the left-hand side, going to come out of that with an 8. Now Gerald Cormier and his partner Rita White in a real tight one. Well, good high scoring. They slipped 25 pins now off the pace.
That's not a big difference at this point in the match.
Not the way both teams are scoring. That's the difference. If we're looking at a lot of 9s and 10s, then 25 pins can look pretty big. But both these teams appear to be very, very explosive. Gerald Cormier here working on a tough split, however. 6 and a 10 on the right-hand side, and also in behind, right here, is the 8. That's going to be tough. Ooh, getting tougher. Gerald wants to come back now and use this pin here as his object pin. A little to the right or a little to the left. We got on the front pin. got some late action. That's a 6 box for Gerald. So he goes to an even 90 now. He is 10 pins over par. Make that 92. 12 pins over par. As Mike O'Farrell steps up. Mike rolling along real nicely in his first appearance in front of our ETV cameras at 83, 20 pins over par. I think we're putting the kiss on all these guys, Paul, because that's the kiss of death.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Let's clarify that. Let's make this perfectly clear. Yeah, just when we talked about how well they're bowling, the guy started struggling a little bit.
Well, Barb Durling this far has the best score with a 99. Her partner is Mike O'Farrell, of course, and he's looking at 90 right now. So if he can get 9 pins in this next frame, he will be in a tie with Barb Durling. But of course, that is not the objective. They're partners this time around, and they're out to be in our second round by beating White and Corner.
Well, Mike just off to the right-hand side. He's left himself at, well, he's got a piece of wood coming back that really could help him, but he's got to turn. Well, it did turn, but that's it. It didn't go anywhere. Oh, now it is. It's over on the wood. Had to be in the pin in the middle. That's the one out in front. This pin for an even 100. He gets it. Mike O'Farrell goes to an even 100, 20 pins over par after 8.
And we'll be back with more of the Mark 10 Mixed Candlepin Championship in just a moment.
Get a grip on winter with the 89 Jeep lineup today at your local Jeep Eagle dealers. Carve a trail in the Comanche, the affordable pickup that works hard and plays hard. Go where you want to go in a YJ, featuring Jeep's famous shift-on-the-fly 4-wheel drive. Check out Cherokee, the family Jeep that gives you comfort and versatility. Snow, sleet, rain, or shine, Jeep is the all-season legend. Come see the rugged lineup of 4-wheel drive Jeeps, only at your Maritime Jeep Eagle dealers.
Petrino, the news spread throughout the raisin business.
More raisins?
Now Kellogg's puts 2 bigger scoops in Kellogg's Raisin Bran for even more raisins.
More raisins?
Raisin brokers, raisin shippers, and raisin raisers work furiously to meet the Kellogg's demand.
More raisins!
It's been tough on some of us.
More raisins.
But it's been worth it, because now 2 scoops in Kellogg's Raisin Bran means even more raisins than ever before.
More raisins.
Your Atlantic Toyota dealers have pieced together a picture-perfect plan for you to drive a new Tercel. The $199 lease with no down payment required. A Toyota Tercel S liftback with 4-speed manual transmission, only $199 a month. But you'd better hurry, because at this lease price, they're gone.
All the fun, but you give it more. Toyota.
If you love to ski, but this is what you see when you look outside, don't worry, because the Nova Scotia ski hill operators are busy every day making snow and grooming their hills to offer you the best possible ski trails. Come to the slopes. Ski Bagnon, Sydney. Kepik Mountain in Antigonish. Celtic Cape Smoky in Ingonish. Ski Marchok at Windsor. And Ski Wentworth in the Wentworth Valley. Bring the family and enjoy the great outdoors in cooperation with the Nova Scotia Department of Tourism and Culture.
Saturday afternoon, ATV, Paul Menu, Bruce Stephen, the Mark 10 Mixed Candlepin Championship. Here's Rita White. She and her partner, Gerald Cormier, have to make up 26 pins just to be in a tie with Barb Durling and Mike O'Farrell.
Rita White up now has been hot and cold. Looks a little hot right now.
I would say so.
Everything but the 5.
Just that middle pin, the king pin, to take out for a mark.
Couple of marks so far. She's 1 over par at 81. Well, she really would like to have this one once that wood out of there. And it looks like it's going to accommodate her. So, Rita White right now has everybody in Bathurst on the edge of their seats in the rep now and cheering wildly. All right, Rita White comes up with the big spare in the 9th.
First frame of the second round under Rita's belt. She goes to the left-hand approach. Oh, what am I saying? We're still in the first string. That's a mark. Headed for the stretch in the
is
first
just
string
a
and
crusher.
punches out. Oh, do you believe it, folks?
That's
Just
tough.
took one
well,
pin
we
on
said
the
she was
bonus.
hot and cold, Paul, and that was a good indication. She gets the job done, and then one gets away on her. Good
Chilled out.
recovery. Yeah,
Chilled out a little
nice
bit
recovery there. Come back and got on the object pin. Now she's right now at 99, so needless to say, she wants one of those three to hit the 100 mark. I'd like to get the two on the left-hand side. Bang! Gets one of the two to score 8. So Rita White comes up with an even 100 after the first string. Now let's take a look at Barb Durling, who needs just one pin in the next 2 frames to hit 100. As you can see there, she's at 99. And she really had it going in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th with a spare, strike, spare. This time on to the left-hand side a little bit. Now she has a nice piece of wood here. She has another one in behind there that you really can't see. So she has good coverage on the 6 and 10. But she also has this pin right here. Might be a little tough to get. Look for her to be a little full right here. Try to drive the pin back. Here's the shot.
Got number 8, and all of them go.
Good shot. Once again, we'll go back and take a look at it. She had to be just to the right of the front pin. She was. Kicked it over nicely. Took the pin in behind, and Barb Durling has her 4th mark in this frame. She's bowling very, very nicely. She's at 109 here in the 10th and open. Good looking ball.
Right on that head pin. Leaves the diamond shot, but it's going to go more.
Well, she wants wood to hang around, and it's not great wood. It's
3 in the 9 standing there.
Well, she gets 8 on her mark, but we take a look here. She gets too much out here. That pin will kick that way, and she'll miss this one. She has to get it full enough on this pin to drive it really straight back. This wood here, I don't think is going to help her a great deal.
I think she's going to get it.
Oh, she went high.
She
nice shot. Did the right thing there. Had to be full on the pin, or just the way she played it up real high and drive that wood into the 2 pins. She did that, and she made a real smart shot there.
Back-to-back marks.
And made me look real dumb.
Yeah, well.
Of course, that's not difficult.
Bruce. Bonus ball here for Barb Durling.
I'll tell you.
Finish the first string.
We had Peggy Glenn with a 135, and right now Barb is at 127
open and 6 on that.
On the count, 6 on it. Well, that's an excellent score for Barb Durling of 133. Very, very nicely done. Now, Gerald Cormier is stepping up, Rita White's partner. They would really like to get it going. And Gerald's going to have something to work with here. Well, same old story here. Well, we'll have a look at it in a second. He's got a piece of wood down there. If he's right on around the red band, he will miss the 7, so he's got to get up high. And he knew it and missed on the right-hand side. Not good enough to get down around here. All you do is drive that through. He may come back now and play it that way to avoid missing on the right-hand side. There's the shot. What's the problem with that angled wood like that? Comes up with an 8 to go to 100 even for Gerald Cormier. Oh, I tell you, he and his partner slipping behind. 43 pins off the pace right now, so Gerald would really like to finish strong. Oh, under that kind of pressure, gets on the front end and punches through.
Chop, chop, as we say in bowling biz.
Ooh,
takes out that 2 pin. Now he'll go to the right side and try to salvage maybe an 8. Who knows? Never tell with Gerald Cormier. He can do some amazing things.
Well, he gets 4 big ones on the right-hand side to get an 8 out of that. Mike, or at least Gerald Cormier, gets a nice round of applause, finishing there with a 108. And now to finish off his string, our 4th bowler is Mike O'Farrell. The spare on the 2nd, spare on the 3rd, spare on the 5th.
Right side, right-hand side. Yeah.
This is what Rita White and Gerald Cormier have to hope, is that Mike Farrell fizzles out a little bit in the last 2 frames.
An O'Farrell fizzle is what we're hoping for on the White Cormier side. On the Durling O'Farrell side of the board, we're all smiles.
Now he comes out of that with a 9. Some good pinning there for Mike O'Farrell.
It is a close match as we approach the end of the first string, half-time approaching. And Mike O'Farrell is on the left-hand approach to bowl his 10th frame at a 109. And the best box today, though, thus far, belongs to Bob Durling with a 133.
Shades of Peggy Glenn's 135 of just a week ago. Oh, Mike would have liked to have that one. I tell you what, Rita White and Gerald Cormier breathing a sigh of relief there. Mike cranks it up and gets them both this time. So he'll finish with an excellent 119. All four of our bowlers looking very, very strong, all at par or better in that first string. It augurs well for the second string that's coming up next.
We'll take the halftime break and be back in a moment.
He used to wear patched jeans and say he'd never settle down. They called him the Rebel. And it's for people like him that we make the Chevrolet Corsica from just $12,298. Because let's face it, there's still a bit of the Rebel in all of us. Chevrolet, the world's most successful cars.
Hi, may I take your order, please?
Big Mac McDLT,
a quarter pounder with cheese,
filet fish, a hamburger, a cheeseburger,
with chicken and McNuggets,
tasty golden french fries, regular and larger size,
and salad shepherd garden,
nor chicken salad oriental.
Have for breakfast, egg muffin, hot cake and sausage, maybe omelette,
Big muffins, all 3 kinds of Danish,
Fleischmann's 2 and 4 dessert, hot apple pies.
Sunday favorite, soft circle, 3 kinds of shakes, and chocolate chip cookies,
and to drink a Coca-Cola,
Diet Coke and orange drinks,
spread of coffee and hot chocolate, also apple, orange, and grapefruit juice.
I love McDonald's, good time, great taste, heaven, get this
all in one place.
Would you like that to go?
Taxi! Taxi!
Hey, Frank, what are you doing?
Trying to catch a cab to the car rental. I rented a car for the weekend.
Yeah, me too, from Discount.
Discount?
Yeah, they picked me up and dropped me off afterwards for free.
For free?
Yeah. Come on, get in, I'll give you a lift.
Thanks.
Call Discount Car and Truck Rentals. We want your business, and we'll come right to your front door to get it.
And now, another new release from Metro's new release video stores.
A brilliant attorney.
Are you totally deranged?
Apologize.
I apologize unreservedly.
And a thief with a fish called Wanda. They've stolen a fortune.
Disappointed!
And they don't know how to share.
Put the other one up!
A Fish Called Wanda, now on video cassette. Rent it for the halibut.
Available at Metro's family-size video stores' new release video.
252 to 208, the score in favor of Durling and O'Farrell. We said it was close, and I guess when you stretch it out over a full string, it could become close, but it's not too close right now. But
well,
Rita White,
you're going to get it. A little late action. Boy, I tell you, that pin was destined to go. Now, we'll have another look at it. Watch the 5. You're going to see Wood come in from behind. Okay, let's start at the beginning. The 5 is the one in the middle. There goes the 1 right in front of the 5. Everything's starting to get cleared out of there. You got the 4, the 7 going. There goes the 8. Now, this pin is destined to go because, see the one behind it? I can't believe it didn't go over at that point in time. Really kind of knocked the feet. But look at this. Wood coming back, touches. That's all it took.
just one look.
Yeah.
A little tap. So Rita White out to narrow the gap a little bit, and she's off to a good start by striking in the first frame with the second string. She and her partner, Gerald Cormier, of course, 19 boxes to go before it's over.
Another good hit. Could get them all.
Look at this. Late
that
action.
pin fell the wrong way. Had it gone the other way, she would have had a double. Now, let's take a look at this one.
Now, we've said
in
this instance, with all of that wood out in front, that it's like hitting the broadside of a barn. But
no,
you know,
not this time. She has a piece of wood there that's angled. Let's see what happens. She could play a little. No, I'll tell you what happened. The pin, at least the ball, come off the pin and hit the pin about, at least the standing pin, about halfway up, and that's what made the shot work.
Jumped right up and took it. Had that not happened, she might have missed that pin.
Yeah, she could have had a problem. The ball hit the dead wood, flew through the air, hit the pin that was standing, and she got a spare on a strike. All in all, great start for Rita White. Now, let's see how Bob, at least Bart Durling, responds. Off to the right-hand side a little bit. Oh, she has nice coverage in behind, as you see right there. That piece of deadwood laying right in there. It's on the inside. Here's the shot. Oh, that was a great try.
Gonna go.
tell you, that first pin just kind of this way, right by in front of the standing pin. Good shot at 10, though.
And she gets it. 10. Barb Durling, of course, had that scintillating 133 in the first string. Lit up the board with 5 marks.
As he is really concentrating and bearing down here.
Into that 1-3 pocket, Wood coming back to touch the pin in behind.
One coming back here. She's gonna get
that
it.
one's gone. And that piece of wood will roll away, perhaps right off the plate.
Well,
settles in behind.
She can't get down too low on this, although, well, there is coverage in behind. This should be
no problem for Barb.
Oh, yeah.
Just a nice, easy tap in the wood, and it all started moving and took down the pin.
Wood come off the first piece of wood, touching the second down below there, and made a nice shot. Well, let's now take a look at the native of Bucktouche, New Brunswick, Gerald Cormier.
KC's hometown.
Oh, boy, nice setup for Gerald. Everybody at the Kent Bonbon factory cheering him on. Bang, right on the pin. Good start for Gerald Cormier. So, Rita White opens with a strike and a spare. Now her partner, Gerald Cormier, opens with a spare as they're starting to gnaw away at that lead.
Mark on the board for Gerald Cormier. This ball is going to count him 5.
That piece of wood you've seen disappear here, that knife right between the pins in front and that one behind, and didn't take anything with it. That's tough when you're on the mark, so he does get 5. He's left the diamond plus the ball right here, or at least the pin right there. If he makes a diamond shot, he should take the 10 with him. Gerald Cormier working here in the second frame of the second string in the Mark 10 Mixed Candlepin Championship. Oh, and he punched one out on the right-hand side. Well, when all is said and done, he does come out 2 pins over par, 22. Now, Mike O'Farrell. Well, Mike O'Farrell had a spare in the second, the third, and another one in the fifth, but he hasn't marked since then. It's been 10, 7, 10, 9, and 10. So he gets up here in the first string, second frame. That's one of the reasons, dropping the ball a little bit, and it's scooting off to the right-hand side. Just to come back, sink it real deep. In behind.
There he goes.
Gets him out of there. He takes 10. So he's pinned very, very well, except, say, for the 7th frame in the first string, he got a 7 box there. Other than that, it's been all 9s and 10s. And actually, all 10s except 1 9. So oh, looked like a great hit. But he's stuck with a very, very tough lead. He has got the 2, the 4, and the 7 over here. He's got the 6. Going to try to angle something over from there. No, sir. Just not getting that ball exactly where he wants it. Which opens the door a little bit for Cormier and White. Picks up 1 there. He will take an 8. The lead has been reduced now to 30 pins. At the half, it was 44. So, in the first couple of frames, Rita White and Gerald Cormier have knocked 14 pins off the lead. And Rita is open right now in a spare. So this one is anything but over. She gets some good action there off the side and will count 6 on the mark. She has nice coverage over here, as you can see, covering the 10 pin. And she can lay the ball in here, or she can lay the ball in here. Oh, she got 2 flush. It's tough. Oh, Rita, she got on the object pin. You really do have to be perfect on a shot like that. And she gave it a try. How much?
At least she gets the 7, takes a 9 box, or an 8 box, I should say, and 44. 14 over, Rita White, in the strength of a strike and a spare to start. And now she's on the left-hand approach, hoping to get another streak of marks going.
Real nice lady, Rita White. We had a chance to talk to her before the match. Little picture taking session.
Yes.
Photo op.
A photo op.
Again, she's got the good coverage over here on the 10. Again, she wants to play it on the outside or lay the ball right in there. 4 horsemen this time. That's the 10 with good coverage.
Oh, well, she got the 10 anyway. Now she'll look for 4 pins to make it a 10. It's 4 horsemen if she were on the second ball, but as it is, it's just 4 pins standing there for her. And she gets 2 of them.
Yeah, she had the right idea. She didn't want to miss on the right-hand side, so she get over on the 2. Little smile there. A couple of 8s for Rita White. Goes to 52. It gives way to Barb Durling. Now you see Barb's 133 in the first string. And she's got an even 20 in open right now. She has been real tough here today. Again, pretty good looking ball. Just a little thin on the front end, but give her 6. Well, hard to say. She has the 5 here. She may try to split these, but then it's going to be tough to get that one and something over here. The other end, she may come in around here somewhere and try to put these 2 pieces of wood in play. Might be the best way to go. Now, kick everything to the left. Little kiss on the wood there. Nice piece of wood coming back. Good target. Red band anywhere on the pin, really. Whoops, but not there. Well, right on the nose. Yeah. 33 pins, the difference between the 2 teams. Durling and O'Farrell leading over White and Cormier. With Barb Durling bowling here in the 4th frame, 2nd string. Oh, it's just a great hit.
Good hit indeed. She's got it.
Boy, that wood can help you out. 6 pins standing. Watch them all get out of there. And then keep an eye on the 6th pin, the second last one from the right. You're going to see a piece of wood come down and just give it a little kick near the base.
Well, the New Brunswick duo of White and Cormier had picked up about 10 pins and were chasing Durling and O'Farrell. Barb Durling trying to widen that margin once again.
Yeah.
Gerald Cormier.
Good. Oh, boy, that ball cut across there in a hurry. It wasn't as full as I thought it was going to be. And that's not a great piece of wood. And if he gets up high, he might be all right. If he gets down a little too low, he's going to miss this pin here. He can plow it through there. He might even miss this pin in behind. Here's the shot. And there was the problem. But he sure gave it a good try. Cormier, bang. Get on the pin for 10, though. So Cormier goes to 32. A couple of pins over par. Back on the other side now. Good hit. Not a bad lead with the 3, 5, 6, and the 10. Seen this one before. Play it here or play it here. And look for a mark.
Right between the eyes.
This time, of course.
Got him in the ear on that one.
Yeah. Right behind the left ear. Oh. Just missed him the right-hand side. Gerald Cormier takes an 8. He'll sit down, and Mike O'Farrell will come up.
Right on that 3 pin.
Yeah. He's struggling to get on the front end, is Mike, at this point in time.
He's 5 of 13 on the front pin.
Oh, good looking shot there. A real nice shot by Mike.
Here it is again.
One more time. There's not much room for error on this one. Nice coverage in the 9 and 10 made that shot. Had to be letter perfect on the front, and indeed he was. So he goes to the other side. And again, Durling and O'Farrell starting to build up that lead again. And again on the opening ball.
Count of 5.
Yeah, he's having trouble, really having a problem getting on the front end. But he's got a pretty good looking shot here. He can lay it right in here. Nice coverage in here. Really, he's dealing with These 3 pins right here. Here's the shot. Oh. Had to be on the front one. So Mike O'Farrell cleans the plate. And again, Durling and O'Farrell becoming very, very tough, starting to pin very, very well, and White and Cormier struggling a little bit. And they looked strong at the beginning. They had that lead quickly by 14 pins down to 30. You take a look at the scores there. 40 pins plus for Durling and O'Farrell, and it's been a seesaw battle. Right now, the C is not in favor of White and Cormier, or is it the saw?
Well, you talk about the statistic of the being on the front pin, and I take a look in front of us because I don't want to talk about that statistic right now. Here's the Waterford Crystal. We talk about the prizes at the beginning of the show, of course, the wonderful trips to Munich, Frankfurt, Toronto, Boston, the money, but this is really what, at the heart of it, the bowlers are going for, that fine piece of trophy hardware. It'll go to our champions, and we won't know who they are, of course, for several weeks to come, but Barb Durling and Mike O'Farrell certainly want to take a crack at it. We'll come back with more in just a moment.
It's new and it's great. It's Smart Lease, the smart way to get the new GM car or truck you want without tying up a lot of cash. Talk to your GM dealer or call 1-800-465-3273.
We'll get you going now. Twist and shout.
Late at night, something's happening in your dishwasher. White residue from dishwasher powders is being left behind on your plates. But there's a solution. Palmolive Automatic Dishwasher Detergent. General Electric, one of Canada's leading dishwasher manufacturers, recommends it for their machines because all it leaves behind is clean. You're cold. You're getting warmer. Warmer. And warmer. Now you're hot. Really hot. You've got it. A hot deal on a hot meal. A 9-piece thrift box of hot Kentucky Fried Chicken with medium fries and 250 milliliter gravy. Only $10.95 for a limited time. Get it while it's hot.
The 89 family of Colts. The exciting new breed of imports from Mitsubishi. With outstanding fuel economy and bumper-to-bumper warranty. Any way you look at it, they're the import value leaders. The Colt Hard Facts. 89 Colt 100 is priced to beat the competition from under $8,200, including $800 factory cashback. It's the import value leader. Colt Discovery Days on now at your Maritime Chrysler dealers.
Just 6 frames to go before this one is over. The Mark 10 Mixed Candlepin Championship on a Saturday afternoon, and it's the Durling O'Farrell team in the lead. Rita White, we're looking at her now, wants to mark, as is her partner Gerald Cormier. They've got to catch up. Oh, and she does it again. Another strike for Rita White.
12 over par, gets a strike here, and boy, Rita White is really going well in this, the second string. All right, Rita White now at 62 and open on the strike, 12 over. Taking a little time. Now, always a chance to the double. Now she's had 2 strikes and 5 frames here in the second string. Lays it down. Oh, this time over to the right-hand side. Well, it is a strike that she had, so she gets another ball. And she'll want to sink this one deep. Really help out her team here. Pick up the big count. She gets in on the pin count of 7. And 3 very big pins down there for her and her teammate. That cuts the lead very quickly to 33 pins from 40. She wants to get at least 2 and the 3 down there. Got to get 1.
It'll be an 8 box for Rita White. 17 on the strike, 77, 17 over.
Barb Durling up now, and she's rolling along very nicely at 45, 5 pins over par, but she's open on the strike also. Ladies, the performing very, very well here in the second string. On the strike, going to count 5 so far. And of course, she has the second ball to come. She has a little coverage, as you see, over on the left-hand side. On the 10, she also has a nice piece of wood right in here covering the 10 pin. This is the other one over here on the 7. Makes this shot a lot easier, but it's still not easy. Great try. Give her 9.5 on that one, Paul.
Okay, I will.
7 pin was very shaky. So her team leads by 44.5. Bang. Dead on the pin. Goes to the other side, does Barb Durling. Tee this one up. Tell you what, she's all business up there. That's the way you want to be.
Right on that head pin, and leaves the 4, 6, 7, and 10.
And that's a tough break. A little too full in the front end, took everything out. Looks like the front end of a jack-o'-lantern. What? It's got the big gap in the middle there. Try the left-hand side. Gets one of the 2. She'll go to the right-hand side now and try to come out of this with a 9.
Barb Durling has had a terrific day here at Baseley Lanes at 133 first string and now 64, 14 over. This is a 9 box for her. Moves to 73, 13 over.
Gerald Cormier steps up now.
We say together in unison as one. He said 40 par. Here's a shot that appears to be right on that head pin, but again, it's the problem he's been having. Punching through, takes out the back row this time, but he leaves himself the 4, the 3, 6, and 10 on the right side.
I want to try and get that. No.
And he finds that black hole we talk about sometimes.
Yeah, look for him now to be right about in here. He really has 3 big pins down there on the right-hand side he'd like to have. He'd like to have them all. Oh, that is a tough frame. For Gerald Cormier. Gerald goes to 47. He slipped under par. He opened his second string with a spare, but he struggled with a 7, 10, 8, and 7 since then. 3 spares in his opening frame. Oh, look at
there you go. Spread eagle. Same thing that's affected him all day.
Yeah.
Punching through, and a really, really tough split.
He really has to bear down here and pin as best he can. That's not a bad looking shot at all. He gave the whole thing a chance. Now he comes back to the left-hand side. He has a piece of wood in there that'll help him. The only thing he doesn't want to do is miss on the right-hand side. He doesn't.
Now he's got him.
He's got him the hard way.
Yep, fine looking 10.
I'll tell you what. That piece of deadwood had jet lag by the time it got to those final 2 pins. It traveled a long, long way.
Yeah, a sleepy Garland. Well, here's Mike O'Farrell. You saw him and his partner, Barb Durling, slapping hands as Gerald was throwing that last ball. They're feeling pretty good.
Yeah. Well, they just keep plowing through, doesn't he? One after another after another. All right, good setup now for Mike O'Farrell. Into the wood pile. There shouldn't be a problem at all. There's a total of 4 pieces of wood down there altogether. Bang. Now there is but 1. All the pins are down. Spare from Mike O'Farrell. And the situation is, if not critical, certainly to be concerned.
I think we better call 911. I'm bowling 911. White and Cormier.
Oh.
Pending emergency here.
7 there.
Well, the situation is, of course, they've only got 4 frames to make it up. Now it can be done. Mathematically, not at all impossible.
No, but very, very tough.
Let's just say...
If they were bowling against you and I, it wouldn't be that tough, but it's tough.
We wouldn't be in the position to make them chase us anyway, I think. Not unless we cheated.
Mike Farrow comes back and picks that pin off. But after that performance by Mike Farrow, the spare with 7 on it, and the 8, he puts his team in the lead by 51 pins. And Rita White steps up. Says I can do something about that. Let's see.
Well, she's got a couple of strikes, of course. This string, and that's a good-looking ball there. It was right in that 1-3 pocket, a little flush on the front pin, and she's left a fractured split eagle
Well, the only good thing about this is that this pin here is in front of this one. So if she lays it in here, she can kick that over or get the ball over. Not to happen, though. Now she'll try the 2 on the right-hand side. But really...
Oh, went through the hole.
Yeah.
Takes a 7 on that one. Goes Rita White. She'll go to the left-hand approach. Walk around the ball right.
Serious now for Rita White and Gerald Cormier. Rita is 14 over par. Look at the good side of Rita White. She's 14 over par right now. She's having a good string, but Durling and O'Farrell just haven't given much room to take advantage.
Right on that head pin. Late action. All she needs is that 4 to go. But it's not going to go. But it is, of course, a wonderful opportunity for her to mark. And mark is the name of the game now for Cormier and White. They've got to get as many as they can in the short time that they have left.
Yep.
Good coverage on that wood, of course. Should be no problem for Rita to mark this up. And she does. A spare.
Good hit for Rita White. She marks here in the 8th. Well, that'll serve her well when she gets up in the 9th. See if Gerald Cormier later can get something going, if they can get a run. Started late in the game. Barb Durling up now. Boy, she can slam the door on you in a hurry. She's 13 pins over par. She had a 133 in her first string. This lady, rather, is bowling very, very well.
Head pin hit, wood coming back and across the plate. It's angled off now in such a way that, well, it could be okay. It's right up there in front.
Well, the trouble is, if she gets too high up in this wood, it's just going to go back to there, and she won't get A or B. Let's see what happens. Oh, get down nice and low. Oh, good shot. She knew she had to get down low, and she did. Watch how low she gets down on this piece of wood. Right there at the end. Perfect
Played
shot.
it perfectly, yeah. So, Barb Durling in the left-hand approach, open on the mark. This first ball, of course, is the most important. She wants to get as much pinfall as she can, because those are bonus points.
13 pins over par plus.
She gets
Another
5.
18 over par right now. This lady's rolling along very nicely, but she does leave herself a very tough split here. Play the ball, of course, on this side and kick it over. Yeah, I think she's going to try and lay it in here and chip this pin over on the other 2. See which way she goes. Lays it down. And she did quite try to play it on the outside. Regardless, she'll now be on the inside. Way over on the 10. 6 box for Barb Durling, but she's still bowling very, very well. Now, Gerald Cormier stepped up. This is the guy that really would like to get it going. He spared to open this string, but has struggled since then. There's a nightmare, but that was a good hit. Boy, I don't understand that, because it was a little thin, but not that thin. Well, that's really tough.
Not looking good at all here, Bruce, for Gerald Cormier. We try not to say that too loudly.
Oh, my, what a great try.
Concentrate on his shot, and he misses the spare by just 1.
Gave us a thrill for a minute there. Thought he was going to get it.
Oh, he missed that. 9 box for Gerald Cormier. When things don't go your way,
yeah,
it tends to go that way for at least 20 frames.
He's got a mark here. He's in the 7th frame. Only 2 left after this. His team trailing. 5 pins, good hit. He's got
Almost
9 down, but watch that piece of wood. Let's just have another look at this one. There's a piece of wood out in front. Now things are moving all the way.
It's all going to move away on him, I think, and he's got the 9 standing.
That's not bad. He can even use this at a little bit of a guide. If he gets out to this side, it would still carry him in and take the pin. But of course, he wants to shoot right at the pin. Here goes the shot. He's got it. Gerald Cormier comes up with a big mark in the 8th frame. That being the spare, and his partner will be open on the spare. She gets up in the 9th, so they will have a couple of bonus balls going through. Now Michael Farrow steps in. It's still going to be a long way to go, though. Michael Farrow sets himself up here with a good-looking spare chance. He's got the 4, the 7, and the 5, or at least and the 8 in behind. See what he can do with it. It's tough. Single pin will stay. As Michael Farrow picks up the 9 to go to 77. On the other side now. Taking a little glance at that scoreboard.
I'll tell you why he's laughing. Because in behind him is Charlie Sloan-White. He's pointing out that Barb Durling is bowling it just a tad better than he is right now. And that was a funny bone for all of us in our last episode. Is Charlie took a bit of ribbing and now he's handing it out. His turn.
Mike responds to the challenge, doesn't he? Gets the spare here in the 8th frame, so he too will look good coming home. Tough road for Rita White and Gerald Cormier to hold. They got a couple of frames to come, but it's going to be tough.
That's right. We're in the home stretch. Durling and O'Farrell looking to make it to our second round, and all they have to do is continue as they have been doing in this second string and the first string for that matter. And Rita White, Gerald Cormier, well, see them again, I'm sure, sometime.
Well, the only thing good for White and Cormier is the fact that they're both open on spares, but then so is Michael Farrow, so it's going to be tough. But strangest things have happened.
Okay, we'll come back with the final 2 frames in just a moment.
A lot of places promise reliable brake repairs, but why take chances? Mrs. Purvis knows nobody tops Midas. Steve here has been servicing brakes for years. Midas brake specialists are trained professionals. Heck, I run this place, but Steve knows more about brakes than I ever will. And that's why Midas guarantees Mrs. Purvis's brake pads and shoes for as long as she owns her car. Don't take chances with your brakes. Come to Midas. Nobody tops the Top Guns. Nobody.
It travels where there are no roads. One of a kind. The new Dodge Dakota 4x4 Sport with rear-wheel anti-lock brakes, the untamed power of a fuel-injected V6, and a look that's lean and hungry for action. The new Dodge Dakota 4x4 Sport. A wolf in wolf's clothing. Chrysler, changing the landscape.
As civilization encroaches, as our population grows on this small planet, how utterly irreplaceable these special places are. Untouched by humankind, yet so crucial to the human soul. For information about threatened wilderness areas, contact the Canadian Nature Federation, 75 Albert Street, Ottawa.
Paisley Lanes for our final 2 frames in this episode, the 5th in our first round. 3 more to go, and we'll be into our second round.
This is Rita.
Semifinals.
Sorry, Paul. This is Rita White, and
you're forgiven this time, Bruce.
She's on the spare. She would like to load it up, but does not count real well. Only 3 on the mark, and that might be the death knell for White and Cormier, because she really had to count big there and give herself a good spare chance.
Well, found the head pin that time. Was flush on it, threw everything back.
Well, I don't want to say it's over, but
give us some words of wisdom.
4 score and 7 years ago, we had a situation where a team did come back, but I don't think that will happen today. Not to take anything away from Rita White and Gerald Cormier.
They just haven't found the groove.
Yeah, that's right. Rita 100. She's at 104 right now. She's at 14 pins over par. Gerald Cormier, 108 to open. He's just a little bit, well, he's open. 400 he's open. So they haven't bowled that badly at all. But Barb Durling and Michael Farrow just got it going early and have not let up.
You talk about grooves. For our Valley girl, it's been a real groovy kind of day. Barb Durling is 133 in her first string 94. We'll be looking forward to her and her final 2 frames. She'll be coming up with those right after Rita throws this last ball.
Well, this in all likelihood will be the last ball she'll throw in this series, and she'd like to sink this. She'd like to get them all. Lays it down. Bang! Oh, she should have had him. Good looking shot for Rita. Hang, or at least hold your head high, because... No, don't hang your head, Rita. Hold your head high. Now, you did all right. 100 and 112 for Rita White.
Well, we tell them before the show, of course, Bruce, that if you don't have a good day, don't feel bad about it. Just have fun. That's what it's all about.
She bowled at 106 clip, did Rita White. And if you check out her average, it's only 102. So she's bowled very, very well.
Certainly has.
Now, watch Barb Durling. No, I didn't really mean only 102. Better than our averages. Anytime you can come here and bowl your average, you're doing okay. And Rita's over that. Barb Durling certainly will be over that on hers. Gerald Cormier, well, we get to see. He's open on the mark.
Right into the 2-pin, chops back. Barb Durling does, but she doesn't really mind. She's at 104.
Now that big string she had to open, 133, is really serving her well. Oh, good looking second ball. There's just no quitting this lady.
No, good work.
Pushed out, came right back and almost converted it.
Reaches for that one and misses it, but sits down with a 9 in that frame and a total of 113.
Well, not bad at all for Barb Durling. 133, 113. 246. Not bad at all.
So now the question is, can Michael O'Farrell beat that 246?
But on the spare, Gerald Cormier picks up 6 there, leaves the diamond shot. He does now go over par. He'd like to finish with a flurry. Real nice fellow, this. Now you're watching. Good shot there. That diamond shot, Gerald made look very, very easy. But indeed, it's not an easy shot. Once again, watch it. Right there, that's exactly where you've got to hit him to go in a hurry. But Gerald Cormier down from Bucktouche, we saw him in our previous series, that being the mixed, and made a lot of friends down here. And we send with Gerald back to Bucktouche all the best wishes for the current bowling season. And we look forward to seeing Gerald back again sometime. Okay, he's bearing down now. They left 2 on the right-hand side to try to pick off the 6 and the 10. 410. And he gets them both for Gerald Cormier. Count 105 to go with his 108. As we go to our final bowler, and that's Mike O'Farrell. I'll tell you what. Everything is stopped at O'Farrell Chev Bowls up there in New Glasgow. Now watch their man finish off here. But he'll be coming back. On the mark, he picks up 6. Like to have another one here. Bang! Blows him away. Mike O'Farrell finishing off very, very strongly. It's fun time for him, I'll tell you right now. Yes, sir. Watch it go. Nice delivery. See the ball down. A little bit of action on the ball. Bang! Perfect hit. Nice and full. And while we're watching that, Gerald blasts away up here, and there you see, or we'll see in a moment, the result. 3 on the right, on the left rather, a couple on the right. Couple straight back. Okay, fun time for Mike O'Farrell. Finishes off with an 8 there. But a very strong and a very impressive performance by Barb Durling and Mike O'Farrell. They just look very, very consistent. Little congratulations peck on the cheek there. That Mike, I tell you, he's a smooth-talking devil, that guy. Anyway.
Well, they certainly had fun today here at Paisley Lanes, and as we say, that's the whole point of it. Bowling is for fun.
Yeah.
And our two, well, people who... There's no consolation match. What am I talking about? Rita and Gerald, we say goodbye to them. Hope they have a good trip back to their destinations, and hope they had a lot of fun. Final scores up here, 425, 481 at the bottom, the winning score, Durling and O'Farrell. I think I'd like to talk to Barb and Mike.
Why not?
I think we'll do that right after these messages.
From the East Coast or the West Coast, from Toronto or Inuvik, we can fly you to more destinations in Canada than any other airline. We've created the most extensive network this country has ever seen. Together with our partners, we offer you over 900 well-timed departures every business day. Because we have a name to live up to.
Shake it up, baby. Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. Twist and shout. We'll get you going now. Get you going. We'll work it all out.
It's new and it's great. It's Smart Lease, the smart way to get the new GM car or truck you want without tying up a lot of cash. Talk to your GM dealer or call 1-800-465-3273.
We'll get you going now. Twist and shout.
Thanks again. In real estate, as with all things in life, the cream rises to the top. Those agents who are full-time, experienced, and who are the top producers end up where they belong. With RE/MAX. Above the crowd.
We knew what it was going to take to make Eastern Building Centers your best value. So we brought together quality building materials, and we have them at the lowest prices you'll find anywhere. We skipped the frills and concentrated on providing helpful advice that could save you even more money. You will notice the difference the very next time you visit one of our stores. Eastern Building Centers. We're your best value, and we plan to keep it that way.
Well, we say goodbye to Rita White and Gerald Cormier, but before we do, I want to say thank you very much, Rita, for coming down. Did you have fun today?
Great time.
You had a couple of strikes there in the second string.
Just wish I could have loaded a little bit more.
Hey, well, that's the way it goes sometimes.
That's true.
You get a long drive back to Bathurst, New Brunswick.
About a 6-hour drive, taking our time.
You must enjoy the summers up there.
Oh, yes. Great. I get more tan.
Well, I hope to see you on the next series that we have.
Series, yeah.
Whenever that may be. We've got a long ways to go yet before this one is over, of course. Episode number 5 now under our belts, 3 more shows, and we're into the second round. Let's talk to today's champions. Barb Durling, I called you a Valley girl.
Yes.
You are a Valley girl.
I sure am.
Now, a lot of people have heard of Lawrencetown because it's a fairly well-known beach on the eastern shore of Nova Scotia, but you're not on the shore. You're in the valley.
Right in the valley.
Tell us about Lawrencetown.
It's a small little village, and Annapolis County Exhibition's there, and everybody's welcome. It's in August. So come down, enjoy yourself.
Okay, fair enough. We've got that invitation. Speaking of invitations, if you don't make it to the championship and a trip to Munich or Frankfurt, that's okay. Mike told you that he'd give you a car. Isn't that right, Mike?
That's right. Actually, if she carried me like she did, she'd have a car. So I owe her one.
Coming from the O'Farrell dealership? Well,
sounds good.
Oh, okay.
She's all great.
And you talked him into this?
Yes, I did.
And we've got to keep this in mind, that you did, in a one-on-one match with your partner, defeat him today.
Good. Yes, I did. Charlie's help.
I think you heard good in the background. That came from Charlie Slomwhite, who in our last episode was defeated by his partner, and he got a little ribbing from the audience. Charlie in the audience today was giving Mike a hard time. Didn't get in the way of your bowling. Was it distracting at all?
Not at all, no. I heard him all the time, actually.
So, Barb Durling, Mike O'Farrell, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Have a good...
Next round.
That's sportsmanship for you. Rita, thanks very much for being with us, and thank you for being with us today. Next week, we've got Gloria Dalton, Bill Drover. They are up against Anna Mullen and Paul Chase. That is in the next episode of our Mark 10 Mixed Candlepin Championship here on ATV. Final score, once again, was, well, I've lost it, but it's okay. We know that these two people won. We'll see you the next time around. For our producer, Jim Hill, and our commentator, Bruce Stephen, I'm Paul Meunier. Bye-bye, everybody.
This has been an ATV presentation.
For $11,589, you can bulk up a hard-body king cab with all these options. And we'll throw in this attractive carrying case for nothing. For $900 worth of options at no extra cost, see your nearest Nissan dealer now. The Nissan Sentra costs $1,000 less than a Honda Civic. And in terms of reliability, it has a much better health record. See your nearest Nissan dealer now.
You're cold. You're getting warmer. Warmer. And warmer. Now you're hot. Really hot. You've got it. A hot deal on a hot meal. A 9-piece thrift box of hot Kentucky Fried Chicken with medium fries and 250 milliliter gravy. Only $10.95 for a limited time. Get it while it's hot.
Crazy, huh? How fast things are going these days? Excuse me. People don't have time to go pick up their rental cars. 1 sec, okay? So they're phoning discount. We offer free pickup and return. And we do it for less. Hold on. So call us. You'd be crazy not to. We're Discount Car and Truck Rentals. We want your business. And we'll come right to your front door to get it.
Come on, Pebbles. You too, Dino. Daddy's speaking on television.
You know, the Shriners have a hospital in Canada dedicated to the treatment of children suffering from crippling diseases. They even have a sophisticated research program that's trying to prevent these diseases. And it's one of the best in the world and getting better every year. For more information, call the Shriners toll-free at 1-800-361-7256. Yabba dabba do it now.
There's nowhere else but ATV.
Ski Base, Canada's national ski show, is brought to you in part by Mont Saint Anne, a warm, friendly family place, making it more than just a great mountain, and by the growing network of Passport International automobile dealerships, and by Coors Light, the right beer right now.
Hi, welcome to Ski Base. I'm Lynn Worrell.
And I'm Chris Robbins.